Hello, my stamping friends. Marilyn with Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator who loves to share creations and ideas and tips and tricks, all kinds of card making things with all of you. I am pre-recording this because of a previous commitment for Thursday, April 13th, but I will be playing it on Facebook and YouTube at that time, my normal time of 7 o'clock Thursday evening. So hopefully you will get some enjoyment out of it and learn a few things on what I'm doing and enjoy, just enjoy some crafting time with me. So I'm going to switch the camera to me because I like to have you see me, and here I am. And I'm going to go through my usual spiel of what's happening in my Stampin' Up world, and that is Friday with Zoom with Friends class on Fridays at 1 o'clock. All of my classes are on Zoom. So if you'd like to join any of them, just let me know, reach out to me, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. I will get back to you, or if you get my newsletter, email me. There's all kinds of ways to contact me. So this class, we do have so much fun. We have different members volunteer to teach, and we learn lots of different things from everybody. Everybody shares, and we're caring, and we're funny. Not funny. We're not funny. We have fun. That's what I'm trying to say. So we have a great time in this class. So if you'd like to join us, please be sure and reach out. I also have the second Thursday of each month, I host a 12-month of Christmas card class. So we are on, we've done April, so we have got 4 months under our belt already for 2023, but still lots left if you'd like to join any of those with us. Actually, the April one is today, so yeah, 4 months there. Then we also have a monthly card class the third Wednesday of each month. Again, anybody in Canada is welcome to join as far as getting the kits. I cannot send them outside of Canada, but I can send PDFs outside of Canada. And last but not least, have a stack of birthday cards coming up on April 27th. April 13th is the closing date for registering for that one because I do have to get kits mailed out. So if there's any of those that you're interested in, be sure and let me know. So I'm going to switch the camera down to my desktop one and show you what I've decided to make for you tonight. This is a card. I don't know if you struggle, but I do. I go on YouTube, I go on Pinterest, I use Google looking for ideas. And I happen to remember, sometimes it takes a while, but our catalogs used to be called idea books. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go, this is the mini catalog that's good until May the 1st. So you can still purchase most things out of it that aren't already sold out. And I decided that I was going to do that. So I flipped through to this page, which is page 17, and I do have the something fancy bundle, which comes with dies and stamps. The stamps, you can see the font that's used here. Just love the different words. I'll just hold it up a little bit so you can see it better. And the dies cut out what's in white, plus there are some other dies you can see there, as well as I have them right here. So I'll try to take the glare off and let you see how lots of them do layer. And then there's some little embellishment pieces, one for words there. So it's a great a great die set, which is very versatile. The ones I've used for this card, these two are these two biggest ones here. So I cut one in white and one in designer paper, and that was it. So a great way to use your dies. So when I got to this page in the catalog, I realized that this was a very simple card. This little clock here indicates that it's very short time to make it. So for what's happening in my life this week, I thought that was a great thing to use. So that's what I'm going to show you how I made it. Again, I'll hold it up here so you can see it a little bit closer. It's got a bit of stamping on the background. It's got stamping for the words, and otherwise designer paper does all the work. So let me show you how. I'll show this a little closer. I just took, this is Calypso Coral cardstock, and I stamped the same color just to make a background. Added a few little embellishments, added a little bit of ribbon, and of course put a white layer inside for writing on. And the supplies I used for that are this Fancy Flora designer paper, and as you can see just by looking here, there are so many different colors you could use. This is the one I used there. I've got one in the greens and blues that I'm going to work with you now. And it does show on the back all of the different colors that the paper has in it. So you have no question about what colors you should be using to make whatever samples that go with this paper. So I love the paper. I love all their designer paper actually. So I have chosen Pool Party card base, and it is our regular 8.5 by 5.5. And I don't have my tools here. Not as prepared as I thought I was. And even though I've scored it, you can see that it needs a little bit of help to be folded properly. So that's going to be my card base. I am going to have, this is something I've probably shown you before, but I have this little box that came from some kit with Stampin' Up at one time, and I cut a complete package of white cardstock at once into the second layer size. So it is 4 by 5.25. And then I've always got them ready for my cards, whether they're inside, outside, whatever. Then I've also cut the same pieces as I had in this card, just different designer paper. And you can see that it does coordinate. I have my piece for stamping on. And I like to, whether it's red rubber, cling stamp as they call them, or photopolymer, I like to use my piercing mat because it gives me a little bit of cushion. And I'm going to use soft suede, which is a retiring color, for the words. And try to stamp it straight and solid. So that will be my words. I also have some Pool Party ribbon. And the way I found all of these products that I needed, Stampin' Up! Provides us as demonstrators with a list of what products were used in the samples. And they that's where I got them from. So a great resource if you just look and keep looking till you find it. So the ribbon is my, find the English side here, grosgrain ribbon in Pool Party. And it is well, a grosgrain ribbon, really nice to work with. And I'm going to just trim the edges, or the ends, not the edges. And I want to have them going opposite directions. So I don't want to, how did I do that? Yeah, flip it over like that, I think. And these are my ribbon scissors, as you can see that, yeah, and it's a bit long. So let's see, I cut it about there. That would be a little better. Stampin' Up! Used to sell these. They do say, I was sure they said Stampin' Up! On them somewhere. But anyway, they no longer sell them, but I definitely use them all the time. So great thing to have. So before I put anything together, I like to do all my stamping. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to stamp the background. Now, in the Stampin' Up! Instructions, they talk about using the stamp set that was on that page, and I do not have it. So I went to my collection, and I had this one, which has kind of a leaf symbol. Well, it has a few of them, as you can see, but this is the one I used. And I'll just show you the Something Fancy stamp set is red rubber. And these are the dies. I just put them out in different colors to show, and look at how neat those are if you wanted to do something a little bit extra special on there. So some great features in that bundle. And as far as I know, I didn't look just now, but the stamp set and dies are still available as a bundle, which saves you 10%. So I'm going to just do this. You can either stamp in the same color, which I'm going to, or if you use Versamark, it will also change the color of the paper so you would have something on the background. And I just randomly, well, it's random for me, but some of you would say that's more organized, but kind of like things being in order. So I'm going to go just around my outside, and there's a stamped off piece of it, and there's my background. So as easy as that, you can have your own background whether you have designer paper or not, and a great way to use your stamp sets as well. So then I just put this, actually I'm going to put this piece on it first. And as always, designer paper has great colors and designs on both sides, and we're always hesitant to use one and not the other, but you know, you have to make a choice. So I'm going to, with my liquid glue, I can still wiggle it, as you can see, just a little bit. And I'm going to mount it flat, and then I'm going to raise the greeting like I did there. So just a matter of putting some adhesive on. Then before my greeting, and try to get it as straight as I can by eyeballing it. To put the ribbon on, I like to use Stampin' Seal just across here, and then if need be, I can peel it up, take the ribbon off, and adjust the size, which I had to on that one to begin with. And I don't know if you can see where the stickiness is. I'm just going to lay this, and as long as it doesn't go over the edges, I'm happy with it. And there it is. So then when it comes to this, I'm going to use my dimensionals, and I will place them close to the edges to try and grasp the ribbon and the paper behind it, is my aim anyway, and hopefully they stay put and they will hold together. So I, of course, because I am pre-recording this, I'm missing all your comments. I really didn't realize that I missed that, but I do. So hopefully you will comment even on the recordings, and I can will certainly go back and look at them afterwards. So I'm just going to place that on there and just really burnish it, maybe even like this, to make sure that it sticks. So there is my card, minus the embellishments. I haven't got them on yet. You can see on this one, there's some there, and I have some very similar in color here. So I think I will still use but maybe one of the big ones just up here. And these are great. They come in different sizes, as you can see. And we usually try to do them in odd numbers and in a kind of shape of a triangle. So there is my card. Like I said, quick and easy. Like, look, we are at, I can't even see a time on my machine today telling me how long we are. But my clock on the wall says about 15 minutes. So not bad at all, I say, for a card. And the hardest part was deciding on what card to make. So I was pleased that I could find one like that in the catalog. So please, as always, let me know if there's anything you'd like me to try and no, you'd like me to show you. I will figure it out, however it is. So let me know which one you like better, Calypso Coral or Pool Party. And this one we'll have a draw for next week. And speaking of that, I do go through all the comments on Facebook and YouTube prior to my next week's session and give that card away. And last week we made this one, which is a shaker card. And the winner for that was a name that was on YouTube, Kim N. So Kim, if you could send me message me your mailing address, I will send that card to you. I do not have your mailing address, but I know that you've been on YouTube watching a few times, so I'd love to share that with you. So those are the cards from tonight, and I do have a little bit of happy mail here to share with you. I have, well, that's the same as last week. I have another shaker card that I did last week. If you haven't seen, oops, turn it right side up. If you haven't seen that YouTube or Facebook Live, just using some vellum and designer paper there. This card I did show you last week from Maggie, and it is, I forget what she called it now, but she is going to teach that in one of our Friday Zoom classes. So we're anxiously waiting to see that. And this one I received from our teammate. I knew there was another one. Nancy, for my birthday. Thank you, Nancy. Great die cut flowers, some vellum, some embellishments. Love all the colors on there. And this one from Diana. And this paper and strawberries were in last spring, I believe. And it's kind of a neat card because look at how it opens. Isn't that with a little peekaboo window there? So I always love getting all this happy mail. So thank you everyone for that. And I think that is all. Oh, the other thing that I will tell you, because I can't see comments and obviously can't pick from those comments tonight, as I'm doing this, I will go through all the comments and I will give away the 5 cards like I normally do at the end of my lives each week because I have lots of cards to share and I love sharing them. So hopefully you have a good week and I will look forward to seeing you here next time. Take care now.